Welcome into another edition of Say It Out Loud Sports. I got my man Bob with me.
What's up?
Pete is out. He's on work duties, so he's out for the week. A couple things before we get started. We're having a contest next week. I just said, I haven't done that. I haven't caught myself doing one of those in a while.
No.
Pretty good. So we got a contest coming up next week. We got a Earl Campbell signed
Oilers.
Houston Oilers jersey.
Yeah. It's got the Beckett authentication and everything.
Oh, it's going to be great. So we got that jersey. I'm going to give you more details on that. We're going to run a contest. It's going to be a pick'em spreads for the week 16 games. There's no buys, full slate of games. So more details on that coming soon. So keep an eye out on Instagram and Facebook. I'll post the rules and what you have to do and all that jazz coming up. So that's exciting. A hat will be probably second place. So we got that. Shout out to Pops. He beat me last week. If you guys listen to the show, you know me. I had a miserable fantasy season in our Say It Out Loud Sports League. But I almost won, almost won a Steelers ticket. So my Pops beat me.
Oh, that was the
last
tiebreaker.
Week. The tiebreaker game.
That's right.
I think he beat me by like 10 or so. So shout out Pops. He's going to get the Steelers futures ticket at 25-1. I know they're less than that now.
Way less.
Yeah, I mean, they lost the last two, struggling a little bit. But so he got that.
Man.
And we're down to the final four. So you had a bye. David, brother Chris, and Kevin from Vegas. He hasn't.
Stinson, right?
No, he lost.
Oh, he lost.
Yeah. Arch beat him last night.
Arch came back.
Mark Andrews.
Oh, wow.
I thought Stinson was favored to win, too. His team is, after I traded him, Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. I think it was Evans. No, it wasn't Evans. It was Keenan Allen and Jefferson.
Yeah, I didn't want to play him next week. I know that.
Yeah, so he's out.
I play Arts now.
Yeah. Kevin from Vegas. We haven't talked about him in a while. Shout out Kevin. So those are the final four.
Huh?
I finished out the tickets. So first place gets a Colts, Titans, a Browns, 2 Bucks tickets, and then a Cowboys and Eagles. So those are the only teams remaining in the playoff race. There was a Lions in there and a 49ers, but those ones are pretty much out. Second place gets Chiefs, Seahawks, Cardinals. It's pretty good second place.
Not bad.
The other one was a Patriots ticket, which I think they're out.
They're out now.
Mathematically. And then third place, 2 tickets, Saints, Chiefs. So third place ain't too bad.
We're getting to the playoffs.
2 guys in there, 2 for 2 on playoff teams there.
Chiefs got to be the favorites right now.
Yeah, to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the breakdown of what's going on. But let's get into Week 14 and what we just watched. I know you're excited.
I'm happy.
It hurts so good.
Oh, it
Jalen
hurts so good, dude. Wentz's hurts. Felix hurts.
He was sitting in the corner. The memes going around.
Oh, my Lord.
With Doug Peterson giving the side eye and Hurts just like, damn, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Wasn't good.
Yeah.
What do you do with him? You can't. I don't even know if you can trade him.
It's over.
He's going. You think he's going to Indianapolis?
Dude, it just makes too much sense to go to Indy.
Frank Reich.
That was the offensive coordinator when Wentz he was on the pace to win the MVP. It was basically his to lose. He tears an ACL, goes down. Frank goes to Indy, who now doesn't have a quarterback under contract going into next season.
How much are they paying? Is Rivers' contract?
It's a 1-year deal. It's over.
Is it a large amount? I don't remember how much.
It was $25 million, fully guaranteed, 1 year.
So they might be able to actually afford.
Yeah.
Wentz.
So he's off, and then Jacoby Brissett was making like 20. I mean, he negotiated his own deal. His contract's up. They have no quarterback next season. And
Wentz to Indy.
So, I mean, throw a first and a third over to Philly, you're going to have them.
That's a phenomenal move.
Get the money off the books.
You look at the Colts' offensive line and put Wentz behind that line.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think he just needs a change of venue, man, like Ryan Tannehill.
Well, getting back to the Eagles, you saw, I mean, that's the talk around. Hurts, they all played harder. Their defense showed up. Obviously, it's Taysom Hill, but he did okay. But their defense had some key stops. They forced some turnovers.
They played great on offense. It was great. Everything works. So, Hurts can get out and extend the plays. He can move the ball. He can use his legs. Look, the Saints hadn't gave up a 100-yard rusher in 56 straight games. It's 3.5 seasons. They gave up 2 the same night. 1 to a quarterback.
Yeah, the Eagles had 246 total rushing yards. Hurts and Sanders both topped 100.
Yeah. That hadn't been done against the Saints in 56 games.
It was interesting because you heard the rumors, I think it was last year even, that nobody in that locker room liked Wentz.
It was, yeah. Strange. They said he was like, they said he was like taking special treatment basically and like not being chalant about it. Like just.
Kind of like what Dwayne Haskins was doing earlier this year. Got benched.
Everything was everybody else's fault. So I don't know. I think time's over in Philly. I think this is it.
Yeah,
it's Hurts time.
we can't really overreact too much. I don't think Hurts balled out of his mind, and he did well.
He played well.
The rushing yards is huge.
He picked up key third down. The thing was third down was good. Picked up.
I think he was
downs.
4 for 13. I think I looked at that, and
that's
so
4 more than we had in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's the defense probably played better too because they don't go 3 and out every time.
That's the thing; they're not on the field the whole game.
The entire game, Wentz, and no turnovers. That's the big thing. Also,
don't turn it over.
0 turnovers.
Well, you did have the fumble at the end on the rush.
Oh yeah,
you had the 1 turnover.
That was brutal. I guess
they
were up 10 though.
It was a 2-score game, so it's not too costly. But it's not a good spot to turn it over in.
Yeah, you can't turn it over early and fall behind by 20 and then try to come back. That's not good. So we'll talk more about the Eagles in a little bit. Let's get to the next game. Bills
look phenomenal.
That defense finally showed up. The one that from last year,
yes,
showed up.
And somehow,
that huge pick 6. Everybody's blaming Pittsburgh, but Buffalo's a good team.
They have games, dude. They have games where they look like the best team in football.
Right.
And then, there's sometimes Josh Allen misses this easy ones, but everybody does that.
Stephon Diggs, 10 for $130 and a touchdown.
Having his best season ever.
Two drives in a row that they couldn't guard him. He was wide open every time. People were falling down.
He had 5 catches on the one drive.
He would cut and the DB would fall down because he would just break him off, and then he was just wide open running around the field.
Yeah, he had the one. He had 5 catches on the one drive.
The running game did a little better. I'm still a little concerned with that, but even when they were up 6, I think, and they just kept throwing the ball.
That's the thing.
Allen's 4th in the league in completion percentage. We've talked about that after being in the lower half of the league last year, so he's improved, but they trust him.
Yeah.
And he's throwing bullets.
And he's not turning it over.
Not as much as he did.
Not at a rate where you're worried about it.
No, and now it's huge because they're only a game back of Pittsburgh, and now they have the tiebreaker for the 2 seed.
Yeah, so they got Pittsburgh going to go from the 1 to the 3 or 4.
I haven't gone to the 3.
I don't think they can get to the 4. I think they got 2 games.
They could. They play Cleveland and Indy down the stretch, last 2 games.
Ooh.
They have one other game. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know those 2.
Yeah, I think they probably stick it.
Are going to be tough. But yeah, Pittsburgh. The story. They were 1 for 10 on third down. They couldn't. They don't have any running game at all.
Big Ben played bad.
Yeah, 2 turnovers. I was waiting for a game like this because the Deontay Johnson needs to catch the ball.
He dropped 3 balls.
He dropped. He didn't play till the 4th quarter.
Well, he got benched. For the drops. Tomlinson doesn't play that game. No, dude. He'll replace you real quick.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. I'm not.
And that's the guy that he's leading their team in targets, isn't he?
Yeah, Juju is playing a lot better than he was. I think he did. Deontay, yeah, because it's the short pass game. That's why I thought they definitely need a run game.
They got to get a running back. They have just
because they can't use a play action and get deep down the field. Ben Roethlisberger is throwing in 2 seconds, fastest release time in the league, and they can jump routes. That's what happened on that pick 6.
Oh, it was easy.
Guy just jumped it because he knew he's not going to get double moved. Claypool, for as much hype as he's gotten, just vanished. He had 3 catches for 15 yards.
Yeah.
So, they were saying he was a couple weeks ago. They were talking about him over Jefferson, and I'm like,
chance.
No, not even close.
Jefferson's so good.
He's had a couple big games. He had the 4 touchdown game.
That's the thing that puts him on the map. That's why he stands out.
Yeah.
If you take that one game out, he's not that great.
The receivers are good, but they need to figure it out.
Jefferson's on another level.
Some sort of run game.
Jefferson's playing like it's his 7th season.
Right. So, yeah, that game, I kind of expected. I did take Pittsburgh just because I was sick of taking favorites in the lock show. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about the lock show. We'll come back Friday.
I figured out why the Browns are an underdog.
Yeah, that's actually the next. Let's get to that game. Was that not the best game of the year?
Oh, my God. Easily. It was wild, dude. I was yelling at the TV.
You called me 17 times.
Oh, it was, dude, the game was so good. I was freaking out. Those fools are all, dude, every time a running back touched the ball, they were breaking it for 40. Baker's out here scrambling, rushing touchdowns. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, a lot of people were in my inbox because I ranked the Browns top 4 3 weeks ago.
They're still
got a lot of
top
hate.
4.
Got a lot of hate for that. Then last week they beat, they beat who they beat? Tennessee.
Yeah, they smashed the Titans.
Well,
Titans came back.
They won by 6, but they were by 31 at halftime. So I moved them to 3. I'm gonna drop them down a little bit, but
because you got top 4.
Yeah, because you got Chiefs clear number 1 still.
Okay.
Saints, Pitt, and Browns all lost. Those were my top 4-ish round there.
Saints fall out of your top 5.
But you got Packers coming up. Oh, Bills are 2.
Bills got to be high, yeah.
So I got Chiefs, Bills at 2, Packers at 3, Who was the other one? Was
4? Cleveland 4?
You got the Colts look good. The Rams are kind of jumping up. The Rams look good.
The Rams have been playing well.
Yeah, you had them higher than I did, but I'm kind of getting up there. So I got Browns in the 4-7 range. They're still a good team. Like everybody's like, oh, I told you they'd collapse. It's like no,
they're
they
not
fought.
Collapse.
The old Browns would have went away.
9-4.
Yeah, the old Browns go away.
The old Browns already eliminated
when it's 35-21 and after Baker threw that pick.
Yeah,
the old Browns just give up.
Yeah,
no, they came back, tied it up. Lamar Jackson.
Dude, the fourth
was
quarter
taking a poop for 30 minutes. I don't know what
he said he wasn't, but he had to be. I seen how he was running the locker room.
Did you see what they said?
And then
what they say today?
Trace McSorley had to fake an injury on third down so they get Lamar back in for fourth.
Yeah,
and he picks up 30.
Someone radioed him, but he's coming. Just fake an injury.
Yeah.
Hopefully McSorley's okay.
I heard he tore his ACL.
So he didn't fake an injury.
I don't know.
But that's
I mean, they probably just said that today.
However, did they ever come out with anything?
No.
Of why Jackson was in the locker room?
Jackson said on Twitter he wasn't taking the shit.
So, what was he doing, though?
I don't know.
You can't just say what you weren't doing.
He said he was getting treatment. For what? I don't know.
Getting treatment.
I don't know. He said he was hurt.
That sounds like a 4-year-old trying to explain what he's doing.
But then he contradicts. He said, I didn't pull a Paul Pierce, is what he said. So you weren't hurt? Or you were?
That's like when you go to your kid and he's got marker all over his face and there's writing on the wall. Like, did you do that? And he's like, no. Well, who did? Like, so explain yourself. Why were you in the damn locker room?
What happened, dude?
I would have just said I was pooping.
I don't know. The way he was running down the tunnel. That would have been a stupid way to lose a game, though. Because if they would have lost, I'd be like, where the hell were you? Oh, I was taking a dump. Oh, he would have never admitted to it then.
No.
There's no way.
100% now you come out, I was taking a dump. I made it back before we needed me.
Fourth down, baby. I'm here.
Speaking of that game,
wow,
forgot about this. Going back to fantasy, by the way, in a different league, Justin Tucker missed an extra point because it was blocked.
Hit the 51
I lost by
yarder.
1 point.
Oh, no.
Yep.
The 50 hit, what was it, a
55 yarder.
55 to win
it. I thought he was going to miss it.
Because
it's cold.
Dude, I never want Tucker to miss, but I was hoping he missed. I wanted the Browns to win so bad.
Ravens are a dangerous playoff team.
Dude, let's talk about the safety. Swinging millions of dollars in the sports
rigged
book.
To get everybody all over today. I'm like, you can't rig. Why would you even let him score again if you're going to rig it?
Yeah, it was already covered.
It was 40. Yes, 42-35.
It was 3. It was 3, right?
Well, no. Before the Ravens scored, it's 42-35, and then Baker just leads him down the field, scores a touchdown,
ties it up. I want him to go for 2 so bad.
Yeah, I thought they might, but I was watching it and I was like telling Sarah about it. I was like, they have 3 timeouts, so I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, that's the only thing that.
But if you go for it, you still have 3 timeouts, so then you get a 3
you get the ball
but
back.
Then you only can allow a first down.
Yeah.
So you're open.
And the way the ball was moving on the ground, nobody was stopping anybody.
They almost got to stop.
I know.
Even the first half. But yeah, the safety was wild.
Oh, dude, I said the line closed at 3.5. I said this puts it over.
Oh, they covers the spread. I was screaming. I was dying. Sarah's like, "What are you freaking out about?"
They said it was swung millions in the book. Everybody was on the Browns plus 3.5.
Yeah, the line went from what did we get +1 on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was 1
all the way up to 3.5 at game time.
Yeah, 3.5 went like noon on game day, I think, because it was 3 all morning. Because I was looking at, I almost pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah,
and I was like,
just the safety covers. What a wild game! That game was wild in every aspect. You got starting quarterbacks leaving for no reason.
There's 9 rushing touchdowns.
Most in the NFL, right?
Tied for in NFL history.
Yeah. Did they even throw a touchdown?
Yeah, Mayfield threw 1.
Okay, he rushed for 1.
He threw 1 to Higgins, and then
he did throw 1 to Higgins.
Chubb had 2.
Hunt
he threw another one to Hunt.
Hunt was a rushing one, right?
He caught one. He has rushing and receiving.
Oh wow.
Well, it's 42-42, so that's 14
Gus
touchdowns.
Edwards had 1.
There's 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
12 touchdowns.
Gus Edwards had a rushing touchdown. Lamar Jackson had 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Jackson threw 1 to Hollywood Brown.
Oh, my God. That was
at the end, too.
Oh, I was like, tackle this dude.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. They would have just kicked a field goal and won the game. Anyway.
It's probably better he scored.
Yeah, that was definitely the game of the year.
Oh, it was the best
we
game
could
so far.
see them again in the playoffs because I think Baltimore – we'll get to our playoffs. I think Baltimore's going to grab that 7 seed.
That's who I got. That's a 7.
They're sneak in, and they're going to be a dangerous team, although they can't throw.
It's cold in February. Run the ball.
If they play a team that can, like the Colts, they already beat. I know they beat the Colts. They beat them indoors. Well, they'd play them indoors again if they play again. But
I feel like the Ravens are dangerous in the playoffs because now they're going to have basically everybody back. They've had this crazy COVID outbreak kill them for like a month. Yeah. Missing guys every week.
No, it's definitely a team to look out for come playoff. You want them out. I'd rather play the Dolphins than the Ravens or the Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah. The Raiders are making the playoffs, though.
Yeah. I think the Dolphins or the Ravens are going to be a 17.
Yeah.
So,
Miami.
Little fantasy. Speaking of fantasy and monster performances, Derrick Henry.
God, he's a monster.
That was the easiest. That should have been a lock of the week. Was the over rushing yards for Derrick Henry? 200 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Monster. He has four 202 touchdown games in NFL history. That's the most.
I think he's 470 yards away from 2,000.
He's got 3 games.
And 2 of them are against Houston and Green Bay's like the third ranked run D.
Yeah,
third worst run D.
Yeah, he might get to 2,000.
He might get there.
If he gets,
he's got to be a dark horse MVP.
He's going to get
There's
votes.
4 guys I have in the MVP
3. I got
finale.
3 guys right now.
I got Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Derrick Henry. Those are my 4. And if Henry keeps churning,
who's the favorite right now? Aaron Rodgers?
Mahomes.
I think Rodgers.
I just looked. Mahomes minus 500. That was before this weekend though. So
Aaron Rodgers' numbers are right there with him.
Yeah,
he's got more touchdowns too total.
Those 3 picks hurt Mahomes this week. So I don't know what it is now. I know before the games it was
minus 500.
Minus 500.
Jesus.
Josh Allen was 17-1. I got him at 50-1.
Allen can win it.
He could if they went out. It's weird because if
the Chiefs stay the 1 seed though, I think Mahomes will win it.
Probably. So you got Derrick Henry 200 plus. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he threw for 303 touchdowns and had a rushing touchdown. So he had a monster game for fantasy.
Devontae Adams had a nuts game again.
Another 115 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, the guy's unstoppable.
Jonathan Taylor.
God, dude, he killed me in fantasy football
all year, and then he bust out for 150. He didn't do anything. I mean, he did okay, but
2 dudes in the playoffs this year,
50 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 guys in the fantasy football playoffs this year had career days in the first round of the playoffs. Cam Akers and Jonathan Taylor.
Akers has been coming on.
He had 170.
He didn't even have a touchdown. He scored 20. It's pretty good.
Career day.
And then if you had the balls to start Drew Lock this weekend in the first round of the playoffs.
4 TD day, dude.
280 and 4 touchdowns.
Dance away, Drew. 4 touchdown day, you can dance.
I started him a couple weeks ago. He had -1.
Yeah, like
so I cut
this
him.
Week.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some more. Allen Robinson, we had league winner. We had David Montgomery and Allen Robinson. First play of the day, David Montgomery goes for 80 and a touchdown. First carry.
Yeah.
Talk about league winner.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allen Robinson had a monster day as well.
Yeah, he had like 160 or something, didn't he?
And a touchdown.
God, dude.
All right, so let's go AFC, NFC. Current standing, we'll do AFC first. Current standings, you got Chiefs, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Tennessee, Cleveland, Indy, and Minnesota.
Yes.
Miami.
Minnesota. Miami. I have Minnesota getting in, though.
So AFC, though.
AFC.
What do you got?
Oh, my list?
Chiefs, 1 seed?
Well, here's my list. Let me get it. I have KC 1.
Okay.
Pitt 2.
Okay.
Buffalo 3.
So no changes.
Tennessee 4.
No changes.
Cleveland 5.
Okay.
Indy 6.
Okay.
Baltimore gets in.
So the only change you have throughout the whole thing is Baltimore swapping with Miami.
Yeah, I think Baltimore gets in.
Okay. So yeah, I have Chiefs at 1. I got Buffalo and Pittsburgh swapping because Buffalo has that tiebreaker. So I got Buffalo the 2, Pittsburgh the 3, Tennessee, Cleveland, Indy. So I guess and then I have Baltimore also at 7. So basically we're the same except I have swapping Buffalo and Pitt and Baltimore at 7. So I would have Buffalo playing Baltimore.
No, oh yeah, Baltimore.
So that situation to me, Baltimore going to Buffalo or Pitt, I think Baltimore's going to have to go to Buffalo or Pittsburgh. So it's going to be outdoors. They're not going to play Indy in the first round, to me.
No.
So if they get those matchups, those are tough for Baltimore.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't have I mean, they're tough to look out for, but I have Buffalo, and then I would have Pitt playing Indy. Indy going to Pitt. It's tough for Phillip Rivers.
That's
the defense.
The best defense. Passing. Oh man, that's tough for.
Not great.
It's a tough matchup.
And then
Tennessee
and then a rematch of Cleveland.
Man,
Cleveland going back to Tennessee.
What a game!
If the Browns play run defense like that, because just last week they held Derrick Henry to 40 yards, but they were behind by 30.
Yeah, But then Lamar Jackson goes out and goes nuts on him.
Yeah, 180 or something.
Dude, he had 6 for like 85 yards in the first 12 minutes of the game.
Right. So then you got, and then before we get to NFC, let's talk about the NFC East because we're going to play that game I'm going to tell you the remaining schedule.
Oh, we're going to do this again?
Washington right now is the leader.
And they play.
They're 6-7.
Who do they play next? Seattle.
Yeah,
and then they play Seattle. That's a
what
loss.
You guys? Loss. That's what I have.
Okay.
Carolina.
Loss.
I got to win.
You got them beating Teddy?
Yeah.
No.
They're playing good football. Then they got Philly.
Win. That's the win. That's the one gets Philly
Last
in.
game.
That gets Philly in the playoffs.
Okay, so Giants.
In Philly.
So Giants, 5-8. They got Cleveland. I got a loss. At Baltimore, loss.
And
I got them beating Dallas week 17.
Irrelevant.
So they'll be 6-10.
Yep.
Philly, or then we'll go Dallas, beat San Francisco. I got them losing to Philly. And then losing to the Giants, so they're 5-11.
Irrelevant.
I got Philly winning out. I got them beating Arizona this weekend.
Yeah, I do too.
I got them beating Dallas, and I got them beating Washington. Jalen Hurts
sneaks in.
They win the division at 4.
Sneak in.
They're going to win at 7-8-1.
We're going to sneak in.
Never thought I'd agree.
That's
I never thought
happen,
I would.
Dude. It's going to happen.
After watching how the team played, momentum's a real thing, and they have some momentum now.
Dude, their defense showed on it. Jalen Hurts playing showed on defense. Philly's defense could rest.
The biggest game for you, obviously outside of Philly beating Arizona, is Seattle taking care of Washington.
They got to beat Washington
because then you kind of control your own destiny.
Right. Then if we win out, if Seattle wins and we win out, we're getting in. Because we'll play week 17.
Unless the Giants win out.
Right, unless the Giants win out.
Let's be real.
I think we're going to play Washington week 17, and the winner of that game is getting in.
I agree.
That's where it's going to come down to.
Yep. So now to the NFC, we got Green Bay, New Orleans, Rams, Washington, Seattle, Tampa, and Arizona are the current standings.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got Green Bay 1.
Okay.
New Orleans is going to stay 2.
Okay.
Seattle 3. Philly 4.
Oh, you got Seattle winning that division?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're tied up right now.
Yeah.
I got Philly at 4 because they're going to win the division.
Right.
Then the Rams 5, Bucks 6, Vikings 7. Minnesota gets in.
Yeah, we're way different on this one.
Are we?
I got Green Bay staying the 1.
Okay.
I got the Rams at 2.
Okay, they're going to win the division.
They're going to win and leapfrog the Saints.
Wow.
They're playing good football. They got the best defensive. Their running games. You saw Cam Akers.
Oh man.
McVay. As long as they can keep people off Goff, especially now, if they're running the football like that, they're going to be tough to beat with Aaron Donald and Ramsey on the defense.
Yeah, take all the pressure off Goff too.
So then I got the Saints at 3, Eagles at 4. I got Seattle at 5, Tampa at 6, and I got Arizona holding on.
Stay in the 7.
I think they lose to Philly, but I think they beat. I think they play San Francisco again, and the Rams. I don't know. I got Arizona because I don't trust Chicago or Minnesota to keep.
I think Minnesota gets in.
They got to win 2 out of 3. I think Chicago actually beats Minnesota this weekend. Mitch
played great.
Going off.
He played great.
He looks better than Foles, right?
Dude, if somebody put
if they didn't take out Mitch Trubisky,
I don't think they would be in a better spot.
Oh, you can't lose. If they wouldn't have lost 5 in a row, it's Mitch.
I don't know, man.
No chance. Dude. All right, so that would leave Rams playing Arizona. Tampa would have to, if that comes true, though, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Tampa would have to play the Saints again. It's tough to beat them 3 times.
It's tough to Tom Brady losing the same team 3 times in a season. I don't care what anybody says.
He might have to retire after that.
He's not losing to the Saints 3 times in 1 year.
He definitely ain't shaking nobody's hand after that game if he loses.
No.
All right, so got that. We'll revisit this, obviously, each week, depending on how the games go. So outside of the NFC, every NFC game's huge. The other game, there's some other playoff implication games, like the Rams play the Jets this week. That'll be fun, right? 17-point spread.
Cam Akers is going to go nuts again.
But so I think the best outside of the NFC East games we need to watch: Chicago, Minnesota. Whoever loses, losers out.
Losers out.
Done.
See you later.
Then you got the Chiefs traveling to the Saints.
Is this upset in the making?
No.
Is Breeze back?
No, I think they already said Taysom Hill.
One more?
Yeah, they're not starting Hill. They're not starting Breeze until he's fully ready.
So are they going to start
Winston? And a punctured lung. You have to, right?
Are they going to start Winston?
Taysom Hill's he's throwing it okay. Threw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, but the offense is just limited. The decision making's not there. But then you could say the same thing for Winston. At least I feel like he's going to put up points though.
To me, if the Saints want to win, their guy on their team that's going to carry them is Kamara. And with Taysom Hill on the field, Kamara is irrelevant. He's fell off for 5 weeks with Taysom Hill playing quarterback.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like if you go to Winston, I think Kamara's role goes back to what it was.
And Jared Cook.
Yes.
I mean, he caught that touchdown at the end, but the week before, had 0 catches.
The only thing that's improved is Mike Thomas's yards per catch. Like, he's now catching the ball 15 yards downfield, not 3.
Yeah.
With Taysom Hill out there. But I still think Kamara's going to lead them as far as they're going to win. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'd rather start Winston.
We've been saying this for a long time. Winston's the best quarterback on that football team.
So that's week 4, I think.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback on the team.
After week 5, when they were 3-2 or 2-3, when they lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, and I think they lost the Raiders and they beat the Bucs or something.
Yeah, so the other outside of that, there's not too many big games. I'm not even too excited for any of the rest of the games. I'm going to watch them, obviously. Niners, Cowboys. What else we got? Bucks, Falcons.
I think that's not even a fun game to watch. The Falcons pretty much
always
shipped it. They shipped it in. They shipped it in last week.
Does Julio get shut down, you think, or does he come back?
He said he's going to play this week, but I don't see a free reason to.
Like Jaguars, Ravens.
Browns-Giants game will be all right.
That's a Sunday night game, right?
Yeah.
That's big. Well, like I said, any NFC East games is a monster.
I'll be watching all the NFC East games.
And then the Monday night game, Steelers-Bengals.
Yeah.
If Burrow was there, it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, but he's not. Who was it, Brandon Allen?
Yeah.
Who started this week?
Finley.
Finley.
Allen got hurt, though.
Yeah, Finley started?
Allen started, but he got hurt, I guess. I didn't pay. Who'd they play this week? The Bengals.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, no one watches the Bengals.
No.
Burrow's
They got wrecked by Andy Dalton, remember? He came back to...
Dallas came back to 30-7.
Andy Dalton came in. Torched them.
Wow. Yeah, that's short. So, short and sweet this week. There's not too much to talk about NFL-wise. The playoffs are coming.
It's here. They're here.
It's basically. There's not really,
Basically, 10 teams are already locked up in the playoffs. We got
left.
4 teams that are...
Who's Miami playing this week?
Miami?
Miami's playing New England, right? That's going to be a game.
Miami plays at home, against New England.
So that could be a swing game right there.
Since the Patriots are basically out, right?
They're I think they have a 0.2 chance. They have to win out, and
people got to lose.
I thought they were eliminated. They said on the thing, but I saw a post today. I didn't fact check it. I thought they're still.
I think they can't win the division, obviously, but I think they can probably get in. They're going to have some people lose.
They're 5-8, right?
So does they stick with Cam? Cam the starter.
I think
still?
You go Stidham for the rest of the year and just see what you have. Otherwise, you're going to have, because he only signed a 1-year deal.
So what do they do at the end of the season?
Maybe he goes. Maybe Carson Wentz goes there.
To New England?
Cold weather.
Oh, Belichick? No. Belichick out there?
Maybe.
That's not a bad spot. Not a bad landing spot. Although
Belichick
doesn't pay anybody.
What is he going to stand? He can't stay on the bench.
No, Belichick doesn't pay anybody, though, so he ain't going to take on $30 million a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Indy's it's too – if the fit's too right in Indy for Wentz.
Right.
He already knows, that's the offense he's under, with Frank. He knows it all. That's just a step in and see what happens. It works. You get him for, the Indy would get him for, 4 more years?
Let's talk about the Chiefs for a second. Is it concerning they are
talk about Travis Kelce
keeping the game? Yeah, Kelce's leading the league in receiving.
He's going to be he might be the first tight end to lead the league in receiving.
No one's done that.
Not a single tight end's ever led the league in receiving yards.
He's always 70 yards right now.
Gronk finished 3rd, I think, one time.
That's
wild. For Kelce's ball, dude, and they're 3rd. I think 3rd in the league or 4th in the league in receiving is Tyreek Hill. They get 3rd and 1st and 4th or 3rd in receiving yards on their team.
Well, the Chiefs keep winning these narrow victories. I guess they were up by 21. The Dolphins came back, had kind of a chance. They covered, but they fell down 10-0 again. So if they're going to start doing that right before playoffs, falling down.
They did it in the playoffs last year too. Remember, Houston was up 24-0 on them.
They were down double digits in every game.
They were down 20 in every game.
Not in the Super Bowl.
No, they were.
They're down 10.
No, at halftime? Was it 17-0 and then the first?
No. They were down maybe 10, 14. They were down 20.
I thought it was 20-0.
No.
I'm looking this up. I think
you can look it up, but I don't think
it wasn't? I thought they were down 20.
No, think about this. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games by single, one-score games.
Yeah, one-score games.
And that's against Miami, Denver, Tampa, Vegas,
Carolina.
No, Vegas they won by 4. They were down 3 in.
They lost by 8 to Vegas once.
Oh, and back in
that was the first matchup.
But they have a lot of one-score games. Obviously they were up by 21 against Miami, but
Okay, it was 20. It was 20-10 in that game.
Yeah, I'd say they never were down by 20 in that game because I would have been angry, or I would have been happy.
Chiefs scored 21 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
God damn! Talk about
the team's wild.
Defensive meltdown.
Even last week, Tyreek Hill only had 3 catches, but he had a 50-yard touchdown, then he had a 32-yard rushing touchdown. So I don't get it.
Dude, they held him in check reception-wise, but when he gets the ball,
it's touchdowns.
It's see you later.
He's so fast.
2 moves, and he's gone. And he's full speed in like 3 steps. Just flying.
He is full speed, 3 steps.
He's
like
3 steps,
shot out of a cannon.
Full speed. And then he stops on a dime, changes direction, and he's full speed in 3 steps. How do you guard that guy?
I don't know. Clearly, nobody really knows.
Once he's got the
and
ball
then you have
in open
Kelsey
space,
too to deal with, so you can't even.
Yeah.
Hardman's a mini.
I flew out a punt return for touchdown. Hardman did.
Yeah.
That's his first sighting in like 10 weeks. So
yeah, he doesn't really play. He doesn't really get.
He hasn't been involved in the passing game much.
No, Watkins is back now too.
Yeah,
that's not good. They got a lot of mouths to feed. Well, shit, I think that's it. Short and sweet. NFL Week 14 is behind us. We got 3 weeks left till the playoffs. The contest. If you're still here, pay attention. We will be putting it out on Instagram, all the platforms, and get your picks in. Give you a chance to win the.
I'm gonna get my picks in, dude. I'm gonna put
We're not eligible, dude.
Okay, I'm putting a fake account, dude. I'm going to get a burner account.
You can't. I'll know instantly.
I'm getting a burner account.
I have to anybody that picks the Eagles, I have to fact check this. So it'll be a good Christmas, and that'll be the weekend of Christmas too. So there's no Thursday game, so we'll have all the way till Saturday to get
Merry Christmas.
Get them in. Yeah, next week Christmas time. So all right, guys, we'll be back this week. Tomorrow, UFC. Yes. We're going to do our UFC awards for 2020 and a couple things to look forward to in 2021.
Got the fights of the year.
Knockout of the year, newcomer.
Yeah.
Some guys to watch in 2021. And then Friday, of course, we'll have locks of the week. Next week, NBA starting.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
So next week, we're also going to have 3 shows. We'll do our NFL on Wednesday, NBA on Thursday, and then our lock show on Friday. So a lot of stuff coming up. And then, of course, the holidays. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Provide some feedback and
get in the contest.
Get in the contest. Thanks for tuning in. See you.